Shatter! Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days. Welcome to this week's NXT review. Really enjoyable show. I love the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic because it gives matches a real purpose. And we're obviously building towards TakeOver Toronto. Another match made for TakeOver Toronto. That match being Ty Dillinger against Bobby Roode. We also got a debut. You can see my reaction to that. I'll put it in the description below. But Roderick Strong, one of the best wrestlers in the world, now is on NXT. Now, I knew he was coming. I'd heard he was coming. But I didn't realise that it had happened and that he was going to be Austin Aries' partner. Looking at it now, should have realised because they were partners in Ring of Honor. But yeah, doesn't matter, great addition to the NXT roster and really looking forward to seeing what they do with him and how they use him going forward. So it started off with Tony Nese and Drew Gulak against No Way Jose and Rich Swann. I really liked how Corey Graves was talking up Gulak, saying that he's one of his favourite wrestlers and he always looks forward to watching him perform because that's what Gulak needs. He's struggling to connect at the moment, but Corey Graves is really helping, by building him up and bigging him up and talking about how excited he was to watch him. Sadly, there's not really a great deal in this match that Gulak does. Kind of the same with Tony Nese as well. I mean, there's some lovely moments, particularly from Rich Swann, who I thought was, it's just another great match from Rich Swann. You come to expect them now. I honestly think he's one of the most talented guys on the roster in ring-wise. He's so agile and his reversals are so quick. Gulak was doing some decent stuff at the start. I remember, when Rich Swann jumped over the top of him, Gulak leaning back, kind of slamming him down. It was a really great spot. The match itself was average, and that feels a real shame to say that because there were some great moments in it, but I don't know. Is it the state of wrestling now that these great moments just feel normal? No Way Jose gets the pin anyway, and it's No Way Jose and Rich Swann that progress, but they're up against Authors of Pain next, and they will be destroyed. I've done a Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic preview prediction video. Again, I'll drop a link to that in the description below. Next up, we had Austin Aries eating a banana backstage. Very brave. Says that they did an MRI on Hideo Itami and they couldn't find a spine, which I thought was wonderful. And then teases about who his partner might be later on in the show. And then we get Bobby Roode. Bobby Roode comes out. His entrance is great. I just wish that turntable was part of the stage, not a separate piece. It looks fine, but I don't know, it would look a lot better if he was just stood on the stage and it was the stage that was moving, just part of it, rather than him standing on this turntable thing. But anyway, or at least paint it black, it's white. It's quite an obvious turntable thing. Paint it black so it kind of blends in a little bit more. But I like it. I like his entrance. Love his robe. It looks quality. He was up against Sean Maluta, who we saw in the CWC. I haven't seen him for a couple of weeks. Sean's just there, I don't see him getting any kind of pushes anytime soon, but a bit of a squash. Bobby Roode wins, no great surprise, but it's the beatdown after between Roode and Ty that was the most interesting part of this match. And that looks like it's, building up to a real interesting feud. I'm looking forward to that match. Liv being interviewed backstage, she was about to start slating Billie Kay and Peyton Royce. They grab her, throw her out into the ramp area, the top of the stage, in with the crowd, and start beating up on her. Nasty strike. It was awful. Really, you could hear it, and I felt as though I felt it from Peyton Royce. I don't know if it was a knee or a kick or what it was, but it felt nasty. Liv, out. And but Billie Kay and Peyton Royce saying that they are going to run the women's division, and I like what they're doing with those two, because every week they do more of that, the more it heightens their profile. And same with Liv Morgan, not long ago she was just appearing once every few weeks and getting squashed. Now she feels an integral part of the women's division. Then we get Aries and Strong against Tucker Knight, and I forget the other guy's name. Was it Ortiz someone? He was a big guy though, and that tag team looked good, but I just don't see any need for them on the roster. Not when you've got the likes of Authors of Pain that do that job already. Aries and Strong, yeah, looked good. Then we get Nikki Cross. I loved this. I loved it. I wanted more. Nikki Cross is just living and breathing her character. Her character is insane. And Nikki Cross throughout the match, biting herself, slapping herself. You know, she was doing everything. She was like feral. She picks up the victory in what is a squash match, and then carries on beating up. Is it Carmella? Carried on beating her up. Eric Young tries to get Nikki Cross away. She starts beating up on Eric Young. She's like out of control. I think they did a great job of showing that this woman is unhinged. Nothing can stop her. She does whatever she wants. And yeah, I thought it was brilliant. The referee reversed the decision, and Carmella got the victory. Eric Young wasn't happy with that. Nikki Cross didn't seem to care. She was just off in her own world. Sanity look awesome. Totally on board. I couldn't be more on board. Big Sanity fan. And then we get Nakamura. Nakamura's English is much improved. Great promo from him. And that brought out, honestly, one of my favourite guys at the moment on the roster. I love Patrick Clark. I think his gimmick is very brave. The reason I say that is because it's got, it's very camp. And he comes out like he's got a Prince vibe to him, and there is a real danger that gimmick could completely bomb. If not done properly, that gimmick could be borderline offensive. I feel it's done properly. I feel that it's done, with just he lives and he breathes it. He's not gone in halfway with the gimmick. He's fleshing it out, he's coming out with terms like the Velveteen Dream, the Patrick Clark Experience. It's brilliant. I love the fact as well he was wearing the Susan G. Coleman thing just here. It was like a little teardrop that was right on the top of his cheek. Everything that he was doing was camp, and it fitted in with his character, and I loved it. I thought it was brilliant, right? Steps into the ring, he's going to get destroyed by Shinsuke Nakamura. And he does, he eats a Kinshasa! Samoa Joe comes out looking, worse for wear, and there's a bit of a stare down between those guys, and that's kind of how we see out the show. So, great show. NXT, again, is the best of the three for me. Raw, SmackDown, NXT. NXT is owning it at the moment, and the reason I say that is because we're getting debuts. We had Sanity last week, and now we've got Roderick Strong this week, which are surprises. We're getting strong in-ring action. The matches that we saw this week were good. I would say that the best match out of all of them was Bobby Roode, Sean Malou. Maybe the Aries Strong match as well. That was decent. The opener had its moments, but yeah, it was good. I definitely wanted to see more of Nikki Cross. I just think she's really intriguing. But you're getting good promos. You get it. It's just from start to finish, it's entertaining. It's entertaining. They tick the boxes. There's always something happening or about to happen or a surprise, or NXT is knocking it out of the park at the moment. And you know what? It can get even better. I don't even think that this is, anywhere near, the levels that it's been at before, because they're still building people. The women's division, it's not where it should be, but Nikki Cross, man, she's just awesome. Billie Kay, Peyton Royce building themselves up. Liv Morgan, seeing more of her each week, and yeah, man, I'm proper into it. Still no mention of Asuka versus Mickie James, and that has been officially announced as well. So I was really surprised that they didn't mention it on this week's show. But again, I've done a video all about that for those of you that maybe don't know Mickie James. I'd be very surprised. But I know there are people out there, you know, she's not been in WWE for a long, long time, so there's every chance there's quite a few of you that don't know what she achieved. But again, there's a video on that. And again, I'll put a link in the description. Right, that's it. I'm going to go before I put any more links in the description. Thanks a lot for watching. Please give the video a like if you liked it. Hit the subscribe if you haven't already. And hopefully, see you again next time. Bye for now!